Have you ever met someone and the connection was electric? I mean, that full-on movie script, can't eat, can't sleep level of intensity. You spend every waking moment together. You're already finishing each other's sentences, and you just know in your gut that you have finally found the one. But then, a few weeks, maybe a few months later, the spark just fizzles out. And you're left wondering, what happened? Was any of that real? If that sounds painfully familiar, you are in the exact right place. Because for those of us with ADHD, that intense emotional roller coaster isn't just a honeymoon phase. It can be a real danger zone. And today, we're talking about why that is, and more importantly, how to navigate it without getting your heart wrecked. Let's get into it. Okay, so first, a super quick science lesson. The ADHD brain is, for lack of a better term, a novelty-seeking machine. We tend to have lower levels of a neurotransmitter called dopamine, which is the chemical that makes us feel rewarded and motivated. So our brains are constantly scanning the environment for something or someone new and exciting to give us that sweet, sweet dopamine rush. And what's more new and exciting than a new relationship? It's the ultimate novelty jackpot. The butterflies, the late-night talks, the new inside jokes. Our brain latches on and goes into hyper-focus overdrive. It feels incredible. But that same mechanism that makes the beginning feel so magical is exactly what sets up the potential for danger. And today, we're breaking down the three biggest dangers. Danger number one, the hyper-focus cliff. When we're in that initial phase, our hyper-focus zeroes in on our new partner. We learn everything about them. We text them all day. We make them the absolute center of our universe. And for them, it feels amazing. Who doesn't want to be the subject of that much attention and affection? But here's the cliff. ADHD hyperfocus is not sustainable. It's an intense sprint, not a marathon. Once the novelty starts to fade and the relationship becomes more stable and predictable, that intense focus can vanish abruptly. It's like going from a blazing bonfire to a pile of cold ashes overnight. This can leave your partner feeling completely whiplashed and confused, thinking they did something wrong. And it can leave you feeling bored, restless, or even trapped, wondering where that incredible feeling went. This is the number one reason why many ADHD relationships burn out fast. Danger number two is a subtle one, mistaking intensity for true intimacy. That massive dopamine rush we get from a new person feels powerful. It feels like destiny. It feels like deep, soul-level love. And while it can be, it's often just our brain chemistry having an absolute party. The danger here is that we commit emotionally, physically, mentally, based on the feeling of intensity, not on actual compatibility. We're so swept up in the how it feels that we forget to check in with the what is real. We might ignore major red flags, overlook fundamental differences in values, or build a fantasy of who this person is rather than seeing them for who they actually are. You have to be brave enough to ask yourself the tough question, do I love them or do I love the feeling they're giving me right now? And that leads us perfectly into danger number three, impulsive commitments. Impulsivity is a hallmark trait of ADHD. And in dating, it can be a recipe for regret. This can look like saying, I love you on the third date, agreeing to move in together after a month, or planning a vacation for next year when you've only known them for a few weeks. We get caught up in the moment and make these huge decisions from a place of emotional high. But when that high fades and we land back on Earth, we're left dealing with the very real, very serious consequences of choices we weren't truly ready to make. Okay, that was a lot. I know. It can sound pretty bleak, but I am not here to tell you that you're doomed in dating. Absolutely not. Awareness is the first step, and strategy is the second. This is what I call navigating with novelty caution. It's about putting in some gentle guardrails to protect your heart. Here are three strategies that actually work. First, build in a deliberate pause. When you feel that urge to see them every single night, to text them 24/7, gently resist it. Consciously build in space and time for yourself. See your friends, work on your hobbies. The person who is truly right for you will respect your need for healthy pacing. If they pressure you for more, honestly, that's its own red flag. Second, designate a reality check friend. We all need one. This is your most trusted, level-headed friend who isn't afraid to ask you the tough questions. Someone who, when you call them gushing about your new soulmate after 48 hours, will lovingly say, "That's amazing, but hey, remember to take it slow. Let's see how things are in a few weeks." They are your anchor to reality when you're floating away in the dopamine clouds. And third, and this is my favorite, the values checklist. Before you even get deep into dating, take some time alone and write down your top 5 non-negotiable values and goals in a long-term partner. I'm talking about the big stuff: honesty, financial stability, whether you want kids, how they handle conflict, etc. Keep this list on your phone. When you're feeling that intense rush for someone new, pull out your list. Does this person actually align with what you need for a stable future, or is it just the temporary vibes? This is your compass. Use it. Look, having an ADHD brain means we love hard, we feel deeply, and we can be some of the most passionate, fun, and exciting partners on the planet. The goal isn't to get rid of that magic. The goal is to channel it wisely, to protect ourselves, and to build something that lasts beyond the initial explosion of novelty. It's about finding a love that feels less like a firework and more like a bonfire. Still warm, still bright, but built to last. This is a topic that's super personal to me, and I know I'm not the only one. So now I want to hear from you. What's the biggest lesson you've learned about ADHD and dating? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience could be the aha moment for someone else. Let's build a community and learn from each other. And of course, if this video helped you understand yourself or someone you know a little bit better, do me a huge favor and smash that like button and subscribe for more content on navigating life with a neurodivergent brain. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's next. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, be kind to your mind. See ya.